Hey guys, welcome back to Sustainable Living. Trish and I are going to go through a brief video with you on getting ready for your goats to give birth. We are within a couple days of due dates, and so we're finalizing our preparations, and we're going to show you what we're doing. In the outside stall, we're going to have to barricade the other animals off when we have a goat getting ready to give birth. So I have my drill that I'm going to leave out here, and I have a panel that I'm going to show you right here that we're going to screw this panel in to this opening so we don't have the goats pestering the mother so she can then settle in for giving birth.
Okay, so we use this suction tool to get the mucus out of the baby's mouth and nostrils so that they can breathe. And it works really well. We've been using it for years.
Yeah, one of the things about goats that they've become very domesticated. So you really want to be there to help your animal when they give birth. In nature, when an animal drops on the ground from being born, the first instinct for a mother to do is to clean the face. Now there's a sac that's around the baby, and if you don't clear that sac away from the baby's face and then also suck the nostrils out, like Tricia was saying, the baby can suffocate. And sometimes when the baby's coming out, it'll ingest some of that mucous membrane in their throat. So that suction tool works wonders in, pulling some of that nasty stuff out of their throat so they don't develop pneumonia or any other type of bacterial infection that will, affect your animal.
And then we have these just old kitchen towels, and I only use them for goat birthing or around the goat shed. Nowhere else. That would be gross. And they work really good to help wipe the baby down so that they don't get cold. And hopefully the mother has the instincts to lick the mucus off the babies, but sometimes they don't. And so you're there to help them do that.
Also, one of the things that we use is we save our paper feed bags. A lot of your feed bags go to these, their newer ones have these plastic bags. We don't really save those, we throw those away, but if you have these old paper bags, save those, because when your animal is born, it makes it a lot easier to clean it up, to grab the baby and put the baby onto the paper bag. And then the paper bag helps absorb some of that moisture, and it just makes cleanup a lot easier. So that's another little helpful tip that we use.
Lots of people put down straw, but it's just a big mess, we find, and so it works really easy just to have the bag, lay the baby on there, and then when the birth and everything's cleaned up, you can put the placenta in there and just haul it off and put it in the trash and not have to worry about all the work of getting every little piece of straw out of there for the next goat for their labor.
That placenta, a lot of times it'll come out in pieces, and so it'll kind of string out. Just let the animal process it out. Don't try to help your animal or anything like that. Just let her naturally release the placenta. Like Tricia was saying, typically within 24 hours, you're good. And you can even have 48 hours, 72 hours where they're still discharging fluid and stuff like that. That's normal for them to be healing. Now, you want to discard, well, we discard the placentas. Some people may let the animal eat the placenta. We're not of that practice. We discard of all birth, after birth, and we don't want any type of coyotes attracting here, and that's just not a practice we do. So you can either do a glass bottle or just regular plastic. We ended up starting with glass bottles, but we have graduated to plastic bottles, or I don't know if we graduated or we just kind of lowered our standard. Because it's much easier to find plastic bottles, and plus your kids don't break the plastic bottles. What we have is these nipples that basically go into the bottle, and they slide perfectly in there.
The babies will need to nurse in the first hour or so, and so you've got to get the mom on the stand, and even if the baby's not ready to eat, it's very important to start milking the mothers so their udders don't get too enlarged and hurt with pressure.
Perfect. Also, some of the things that we have at hand is we have a good pair of shears, some scissors, so we can actually cut the umbilical cord at a much more shorter length. Now, when we first started this, we used some of those red clips to clip the umbilical cord, and we found that that just actually caused more harm to the animal, and just because it just was such dangly and things caught on it, and we were just more nervous about the animal getting hurt. So what we use a very natural homeopathic way. We have a bottle of essential oils, and we use the essential oil myrrh. And this is an amazing oil for drying the umbilical cord out very quickly. We've used it on our own children when they were born in the hospital, and it's amazing how quick this stuff will dry that umbilical cord. So we'll make sure the cord's clean, and then we'll take some of these Q-tips so we can maintain a sterile bottle, and we will wipe that onto the umbilical cord, and literally within less than 24 hours, that umbilical cord is dry. And sometimes it's like 12 hours it's dry. This stuff is amazing. Obviously, if you have a boy goat, it's going to be a little bit different because they're going to be urinating, and so it'll get wet a little bit more, so you just got to keep an eye on it. But that's why the myrrh is important even for the boys, because it helps theirs dry out quicker than normal. So these are some of the tools that we have available and ready on hand when going into this birth. Yeah. So we supplement with a calf manna mineral pellet to help overcome any type of deficiencies that they may have with birthing.
Another nice treat to give your mothers after they've given birth is a nice bucket of warm water. It really helps them recover faster.
Yeah, they lose a lot of water in the birthing process. So warm water helps their body assimilate the water a little bit faster. Just make sure that the bucket is not in a place that the babies can be dropped into. If you happen to go into the house and the mother drops another kid, and you don't want her backing up into the bucket and then dropping the baby into a bucket of water. So just be careful of that. So what we're gonna do today in preparation for the birth, we've got some of these old hair clippers, and we're going to give the goats a trim on their back end, so it doesn't, when they birth, there's a lot of slime that comes out, and if they've got a lot of hair, it makes it a real mess to clean up the mothers. And plus, if you're going to start milking right away, you want to be able to have a clean udder bag and back end and all that. You just want to, it makes cleanup a lot easier. So we're going to give the girls a trim today. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and stay tuned. We will have baby goots real soon. Hope you guys enjoy.
We have to redo that. The way you pronounce baby goats was a little weird.
Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video, and the next time we see you guys, we will be having baby goats.
Yay!